once your CAT was over, then you would have gotten an interview call at IIM. So how was that process for you? What kind of questions you were asked in your interview, and which colleges like approached you for interviews?
So I got calls from all the IIMs, ABC, Lucknow, Kozhikode, all the IIMs. I did not apply for ISB because ISB requires a minimum year of experience and I was a fresher, so I was not eligible for ISB. But IIMs, I got all the calls. What really helped is before I went to IIM Ahmedabad call, I had few other calls which helped me prepare for the IIM Ahmedabad call. So that was good. I think my Lucknow call was first, and then I had Calcutta, then Ahmedabad, then Bangalore. So I think this was the sequence. So there were 2-3 things that helped me prepare for it. I mentioned that Times gives you coaching. So there are 2 types of processes in IIM Ahmedabad interview. There is a proper interview and there is a written examination wherein they give you a topic and you have to almost write an essay and they rank you on the essay. So and also some of the colleges like IIM Bangalore, they also have group discussions. So group debates, group discussions, etc. Times helped me at least prepare in terms of best practices. For example, whenever you're doing a group discussion, you should not cut someone. If someone is not speaking, you should ask that person to also speak, give them a chance, like just tell that I haven't heard from you. Is there anything you want to speak about? So those were some best practices that I was actually not aware of. I would just think that I have to go and put my point forth and that's it. But it was so important to know these best practices. Another best practice was that if someone is not taking the initiative, go ahead and summarize that what did we discuss before you're ending the group discussion, which was also, it shows initiative, it shows leadership, etc. So those were few best practices. Similarly for written examination, I got some best practices from my coaching and also for the interview. Now in terms of actual questions, every IIM differs. I'll talk about IIM Ahmedabad. So the professor who was taking my interview was an economics professor and I was an economics graduate, so it was honestly quite technical. There were few questions that professor asked me. So it started with a basic introduction, then how much did I score in my undergrad, what did I really like in my undergrad in terms of subject. I selected microeconomics. Then they gave me few specific questions of microeconomics to solve. Then there was a very interesting question on who is my favorite economist recently, and honestly at that time Raghuram Rajan was. So I said Raghuram Rajan, and then they asked me, okay, what is one policy of Raghuram Rajan that you really like and how do you think it's going to affect the economy? Which was super fun. I actually draw out a curve of economics on how it can go in the future. And then, of course, there are behavioral questions like why MBA, what after MBA. So those were the behavioral questions.
Got it. And apart from IIM Ahmedabad, so how was the interview at IIM Bangalore and Lucknow and all?
Yeah, so Calcutta was fairly smooth. I would say it was also good. So Calcutta interview was mostly structured around, again, introduction about me. What did modeling teach me that can help me in MBA, which was, yeah, like, okay, that's a good question.
What did you answer? I'm interested to know this.
Okay, we'll answer this in some time. I'll just complete the question. Yeah. So what did modeling or how it would help me in MBA? Then there were specific questions on, again, what subject I really like. If I have to do a specialization, what specialization in MBA, like finance, HR, etc., which one would I like? And then they made me to select 2-3 top employers and what role I see myself as a future in those top employers. So that was IIM Calcutta interview. Bangalore was bad. I still got, I got the admission, I converted the interview, I don't know how, but it was bad just because they are very, like the panel was very good at judging your, like where do you lack. And I am not very good at GK. In all honesty, like my GK is not the best. It's average, it's not very good, and they were asking me very specific questions and I clearly told them that there is a L1 of GK that I know, I don't know L2 of GK, and therefore I don't even want to take a punt at some of the questions. So they actually started grilling me on GK questions.
What kind of questions?
So it was almost like, okay, they were telling me in Spain, for example, if these are the 2 cities if you take a boat from city 1 to city 2, what are the various coastlines that will come? Then there was a question on if you take a boat from India, one city to another, what are the languages that you would come across? How many municipalities are in USA? So
My
tough
God.
questions. I would not know the
Yeah.
answer of those.
Even I don't know the answers to all these questions. But
Yeah.
how did you tackle the stress?
The stress was okay because I was confident on myself, but honestly I felt IIM Bangalore I would not convert. Because I clearly told them that there is no point me trying to guess something which is a fact. You can't guess facts. I think they might have liked that.
Got it. And coming back to your answer to the modeling question.
Yeah. So there were 2-3 things that I think modeling helps when it comes to MBA. Top one is time management. So when I was doing modeling, I was also preparing for CAT. I was also preparing for my final examinations in SRCC. And therefore, time management and prioritization was so important. Like I had to know that these days I'm booked for a modeling appointment. These days I'm going to focus on preparing for my CAT mock test. These days I'm going to focus on preparing for my economic honors report, etc. So I think the time management and prioritization in my mind became very well because of modeling, and that helps in MBA, that helps in job as well. Like it continues to help me a lot because now I can look at a milestone and I can divide that milestone into achievable targets and also the work plan to achieve that target, which I think was the best. So that's one thing that modeling taught me. Second thing I think that modeling helps me is I have a much broader perspective, honestly, than a person who has always been in the same field with the same sort of folks around them. I know a lot of different people, and therefore I have a lot more ideas and opinions, which I feel is important. And I also think modeling is a lot more broad-minded. It's one of the fastest growing industries in terms of horizon of mind, of acceptance, right? Whether it is LGBTQ or any other new age concepts, I think in society, modeling world accepts it very openly. And that is again something which I have been taught and I continue to at least try to bring to my team.
It makes you more creative, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And just about the IIM Calcutta thing. So I've heard that it's more like a finance focused business school in India. So is it like if someone wants to get into finance roles, IIM Calcutta or IIM Ahmedabad should be their preference? What are your thoughts on that?
So in all honesty, what I have seen, if people get IIM-A, they select IIM-A.
Over any other IIM?
Generally. IIM-A and IIM-B, there is, like I've seen people who left IIM-A for IIM-B.
Oh, okay.
And I think finance specialization in IIM-B is in fact more renowned.
And ranking wise, IIM Ahmedabad is the top in India right now.
I think ranking wise it's Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, but sometimes the rank between Ahmedabad and Bangalore switches. So I think there was one year where it was IIM Bangalore, then IIM Ahmedabad, then IIM Calcutta. So I think between IIM Ahmedabad and Bangalore there is this huge tassel, and also IIM Bangalore was the first ever IIM Ahmedabad was the second that was created. But between IIM-A and Calcutta, majority of the at least I have never personally heard that people left IIM-A for IIM Calcutta.
Got it. If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.